4 ingredients and 35 minutes is all you need to make an amazing potato soup. Hi, I'm Carrie with eatingonadime.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make a very popular 4 ingredient potato soup recipe. You can find today's recipe at eatingonadime.com or the link in the description below. If you can't find it for any reason, just go to Google and search Eating on a Dime 4 ingredient potato soup and it will pull right up for you. Now this recipe just has 4 ingredients. It's very basic and it's delicious and tasty every single time. Now stay till the end, because at the end, I'm gonna give you lots of tips to make this same recipe taste completely different every single time. So when you're done watching this video, not only will you be able to make a delicious and easy potato soup, you're also gonna be able to know how to make this into multiple meals without your kids knowing that they're actually having the same recipe. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing you need is a good stock pan. Today I'm using my new Caraway pans. I'll include a link for that. I'm really liking these right now because they're non-stick and they're supposed to be non-toxic. At least that's what it says, so I'm hoping that's true. But we've been loving them right now for their non-stick surface, so we're going to be using that today, and I just wanted to tell you about it in case you ask. We do have the link for that linked below. Okay, first up, we are going to use russet potatoes today. You could actually use Yukon Gold or red potatoes as well. This is what we're using today is the russet potatoes. We're gonna need about 3 pounds. First thing you're gonna do is peel them. My number 1 tip for peeling potatoes is to buy multiples of these. If you have multiple of these, you have multiple people to help you. And if everybody's doing 2 potatoes, it's a lot faster than if just one person is doing 10 potatoes. So get the kids involved, get everybody else involved, and peel these super, super quick. So we're gonna peel these, and I'm sure I'll get asked, can we leave the peels on? Yes, you could. I don't really like the peels on in a potato soup. I think that because they'll separate and they'll just kind of float to the top, so it won't be as delicious for me. But you do you, I'm not gonna judge you. But we're gonna do peels, no peels. Can't talk today, apparently. We're gonna get all these peeled. Phew. Just kidding, it's not that hard. I got all the potatoes peeled. Now we're going to dice them up. We want to cut them up into 1-inch pieces. So basically what you're trying to do is see what will fit on a spoon. Now they will shrink when they cook and get smaller. And it could also be your preference too. That's what's so great about making your own potato soup. If you like your potato soup a little chunkier, where you have kind of chunks in there, go slightly bigger. If you like your potato soup more smooth, go smaller, because then they'll get even smaller. So you do you, but we're gonna get all these chopped up before we head to the pot. Now when I cut up mine, I like to just cut them in half lengthwise. And then if they're bigger, I will cut it in half lengthwise again. Then I cut it in half, and then I'll just do those bite-sized pieces. This one's not as thick, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna cut it this way. So they're all kind of uniform pieces. All my potatoes are beautifully chopped, and I threw them in a bowl because now we're gonna head to the stove top and throw these in. In a large stock pot, we have turned it on high, and over medium-high heat, we are gonna add a tablespoon of butter. And then we're gonna melt it. Sorry, it kind of got hidden. And we're gonna throw in about an onion diced up small and saute these until they start to begin to be soft and translucent. Okay, now that they're translucent and they're very soft, we're actually gonna remove these from the pot. Now we're gonna add all the potatoes to the pot now that we've removed those onions. Then we wanna add enough water to cover all the potatoes. We're gonna let this come to boil first, and then we're gonna reduce and simmer. Now that the water is boiling, we're gonna head and reduce it to medium low, and we're gonna let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes until all of these potatoes are tender and almost falling apart. So the potatoes have been cooking, and I wanted to show you how you want them to be. See how they look like they're practically falling apart. And when you test them with a fork, see how they just fall apart? That's what you want for a potato soup. Now we're gonna go and drain off all this extra liquid and then finish the soup. So we drained the water, but I wanted to show you, you wanna leave about a 1/2 inch of water left in there. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like. Then we're gonna start adding in our ingredients. We're gonna add in those onions that we had saved. Let's see if they can come out. There we go. And the cream. Then you're going to stir it around to allow that butter to melt and to heat through. Now I'm using my spoon, but what I prefer is to actually use my meat masher. I'll have that linked for you as well. But it's a great way to mash up those potatoes while it's heating through. And that just makes it kind of fall apart. And then you get to decide how smooth you want your potato soup or how chunky you want it. If you want it really smooth, I highly recommend that you use an immersion blender. While it's heating back up, I also like to go ahead and season it with salt and pepper. Now you're just gonna do this to taste, that's for your liking. Now a good potato soup, you really just need salt and pepper for your seasonings. And then we're just gonna mix this in. Then just give it a quick taste. See, look how delicious that looks. Just give it a quick taste to see if it's seasoned to your liking. I like a little extra pepper in my potato soup, but that's just my personal preference. Okay, so while this finishes heating up, we're gonna get our toppings ready because we are ready to eat. Okay, so it is finished and delicious. I'm super pumped to serve this up. Now, as promised, I said that we would talk about different ways that you can turn this recipe into multiple meals. Now, everybody loves a classic potato soup, and I love this simple 4-ingredient potato soup. It's like no guesswork at all. You just throw it in there and do it. Now, if you want to make it a little bit different, you can add up chopped ham in here and make a ham potato soup. You can toss in a package of ranch seasoning mix. That's really good. Think like anything you would put on a baked potato would be delicious in here. People have chopped up extra bacon and thrown in there. People have also done chicken or sausage in here. All kinds of ways that you can make it. And I would love it in the comments what you like to stir into your potato soup. And then you can also vary it up by different topping ideas. So today I'm gonna do one more scoop. I'm hungry. But today we're going to do some bacon that we've chopped, some shredded cheese, and some chives. And that's what I'm gonna top on my potato soup, but you do you. I'm not gonna be stingy on my cheese though. I like me some cheese in my potato soup. A little bit of bacon and some green onions or chives. Look how pretty that is. Isn't she lovely? And we're time to warm our soul with a bowl of potato soup. Now, I don't think I let it cool off enough, but that's okay. Let's go in. See if I can do this. Oh yeah, that's salt and pepper. It's so good, guys. Nice and creamy, and you're not using anything instant to make your potato soup. Potato soup does not have to be scary, friends. It's so good. If you liked this video, I would love it if you would like it, or like this recipe, basically. I would love it if you would like this video and then subscribe so you don't miss any more of our family-friendly recipes. We are on a roll with helping you cook well on a budget at home. Oh my gosh, it's so good, sorry. If you wanna see any of our soup recipes, go to eatononadime.com. We have so many amazing soup recipes for you to try as well. If you haven't found the recipe, remember you can grab it in the link below, or just Googling Eating on a Dime and then 4-ingredient potato soup, and this recipe will pull right up. Okay guys, I am out of here. Thanks so much for, I just wanted another bite. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and I will see you next time in my kitchen for another family-friendly recipe. Bye friends.